do it after the third round today. I said like I'll change tomorrow if that's okay. I didn't even realize it today, but they said, well, you have to change now, and well, at that point it became, a bit of a matter of principle for me, so here we are.
Wow. So are you kicked out completely? I've been hearing you can come back tomorrow. Like you have a 1-round forfeit? Have you appealed?
No, I haven't appealed. Like, honestly, I'm too old at this point to care too much. Like, if they wanna, if this is what they want to do, like if this is, I guess it goes both ways, right? Nobody wants to back down, and this is where we are. It's fine by me. I'll, probably head off to somewhere where the weather is a bit nicer than here, and that's it.
So to be clear, you're not playing the Blitz?
I mean, no.
Okay.
Unless, I don't know what would have to change for that to happen, but no.
Wow. Before I let you go to your destination of better weather, has this ever happened in the past? Like, you've been late, and that's been a meme.
Yeah.
But have you gotten warnings about, we don't want you late, or we don't want you to wear certain clothes? Has this ever happened to this extent in the past?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, there was this whole thing where FIDE actively wanted to, they were actually going after players as well to get them not to sign with freestyle, basically threatening them that they wouldn't be able to play the World Championship cycle if they played in freestyle. So honestly, my patience with them was not very big to begin with, and it's okay. Like they can enforce their rules. That's fine by me. And my response is that fine, then I'm out. Like, fuck you.
Obviously, it was not a step we wanted to take, but we offered several options. We offered the arbiter said that as long as he changed before the 9th round, it would be fine. But he said on principle he was not going to do it. He himself stated that it became a matter of principle for him. And so then the arbiter simply applied the rules, and we supported that.
But we are sorry to see him withdrawing. We didn't get a confirmation of formal withdrawal from the tournament, actually, because FIDE did not disqualify him from the tournament. It's only he was not paired for round number 9. We don't have formal confirmation a part of the interviews that he is verbally saying, but it's not a formal, and Chief Arbiter is addressing him now to actually confirm, because he should be or should be not included in the pairing for round 10 tomorrow. I really feel that it might be some sort of a combination of factors that played a role for Magnus, but as he put it himself, for some reason it became a matter of principle for him, which is very strange and something that we wouldn't like to see, obviously. And for us it was important that, of course, Magnus is Magnus, and we would love to see him play. And I think we were very welcoming, not only to Magnus, to his family as well here in New York. And we met several special requests which he had. And of course his participation is important for the tournament, but it would be absolutely not okay to have just a special set of rules for him, because also because rules are the rules for a reason, but also because other participants are respecting the rules. Some of them were actually fined to that effect and had to change. Many of them are fulfilling the rules even if they don't like it, and these rules were not invented overnight. They exist for several years now. The rules have been adopted and proposed and modified by Athletes Commission composed of competitive players, so it's not some bureaucrats sitting, and Magnus knew all of that. So it's just he decided, okay, I don't care.
No.
But if he doesn't care, what can we do? I mean, you have to care about World Championship, I think. And that's unfortunate, and I'm sorry towards, I know that it's very special in Norway. I've been to Norway for Stavanger tournament, great tournament indeed in May, June this year. And I also spoke to people who were already anticipating by that stage that it's only half a year till the Christmas tournament, as you call it in your country. And I'm sorry that it happened this way, but I don't think FIDE is to be blamed. I think we went extra mile. We even gave more time. We spoke nicely to several people, including Vishy himself, talking to Magnus, talking to Henrik, but unfortunately nothing helped.
But this jeans thing,
I mean, definitely, but I would say what I said even yesterday, that at the end of the day, it's not really about the jeans or the attire. It's about a much bigger situation that's brewing regarding freestyle chess. So it's not something. I think it would have happened one way or another. It's just simply something was going to explode. And from my standpoint, it's. I mean, even if it's very disappointing for the fans, I think it's better to just get it out there right now. Everything explodes right away, and you don't have this kind of simmering tension that continues onwards into the future. I think it's better that everything's just out there.
Can I just ask though, is it? And it's strange to me. Like I would love to host a roundtable. Maybe that's good content in the future. But it does seem like I get Emil here. He sort of says his thing. Magnus says his thing. You say your thing. And so I'm left thinking like, is it really just about the naming rights? Is it, or is it more so that freestyle actually has, I don't know, some bigger long-term plan than just being basically, let's say, Fisher Random, but it's obviously like it's kind of fresher, more modernized, etc., rebranded. Is it really just about the naming rights, or is it much bigger than that?
No, I mean, I think it's definitely much bigger than that. I think that without... Well, let's be very clear. I think that when you look at FIDE, the vast majority of the funding they get comes from, revolves around the candidates, the World Championship, and the World Rapid and Blitz. If you look at the World Championship, I believe something north of $9 million was required to hold the event. For this event, I think it's something like $7 million. So, when I think about sponsorship for these type of events, you're talking about very, very large amounts of money. And I think that without Magnus Carlsen playing, he is, of course, the best player in the world, that it's going to be very difficult for FIDE to get sponsors who want to put up this kind of money. So I think that it's actually a very real and very clear threat to FIDE. I think that if the players choose to play in other events, they will struggle to get the sponsorship that they currently have. So I don't think it's solely about the naming rights. I also think that the other thing is that when you look at the current generation of the older players, I mean, a lot of us have been around for a long time. We've played, you go back like 6-8 years, everybody was wearing jeans. Like, actually, like a good example is my opponent today, Brandon Jacobson. He was wearing sneakers. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed.
Should have reported that like when the position got dicey.
Right, but I mean, but it's another example. I mean, there are many players who have been wearing basically sneakers outside of the pants, but it's very, very selective, and I think that it's very disappointing to see that. But as I was saying, when you go back 6-8 years, you see these videos of Magnus playing, or Grishchuk, myself, all of us, like, people are wearing like a jacket or a nice shirt, and they're wearing, regular jeans, and there were no issues then. So I don't really understand what this kind of is appealing to in terms of having this dress code, other than, perhaps the smoke and mirrors of trying to portray chess in a certain way, which, as I said yesterday, I think it's very outdated. I think that when you look at the modern world, I'll use an example. I recently went to some basketball games, and when you see celebrities, at like courtside at a Lakers game or at a Miami Heat game, because I went to 2 games recently, I mean, they're wearing like sweatpants, they're wearing boots, they're wearing like fancy sunglasses or hat, and I mean, that is the world we live in. It's a very different world than 30, 40 years ago. Even frankly, if you look at Wall Street, many of the trades that go on today, it's all electronic. You still have people on the floor, of course, but it's a very different world, and so I just think it's a little bit antiquated, and ultimately I think that people want to watch chess. They want to watch the best players in the world. I mean, short of Magnus wearing flip-flops and like a Speedo or something, I don't think anybody's going to care. They just want to watch chess. So to me, it's kind of illogical. I think there's a very simple way to have basically business casual and go from there. So I don't really get it, but it's what it is for now, at least.
Clothing aside,
for a power play, right? Like this is it's a bit weird that people think that this is about jeans. This is a how do I word this? let's just say that I think that Magnus was very happy that he was kicked out of the tournament, because now he has the perfect excuse to completely challenge FIDE in a way he's wanted to do for a very long time. And with his obviously financial, you know, when it comes to the Freestyle Chess Tour, which I was invited to, I guess because they had to by rating, and honestly, Buettner, I've nothing negative to say about him. I even met him. Great things to say. I have nothing against the tour. I'm playing in a qualifier. But, you know, the reason why he's doing this is just to discredit FIDE so that his tour can be labeled as the official World Championship. And, you know, they just raised like $12 million, right? It's a big sort of investment. And how can you... I presume Magnus might be would be a shareholder in the company, just like he might be as a shareholder in chess.com. Well, there was a merger. So I would, you know, I've gone on a bit, but this, in my opinion, was a coordinated and planned thing. It's not some random thing that happened. This is the perfect way for them to discredit FIDE. And once they discredit FIDE, then they can call whatever they want their World Championship, right? Because there's this sort of battle. Like in the entire world of chess, you have all these people who are vying for the stupid name, like the World Championship. Like you saw chess.com announce their global championship, which was first called the World Championship, and then I guess that was a test to see how FIDE would react, and then they changed it to global, probably because of legal threats. But no, I feel like they've successfully sort of done they've won some. It's a PR battle, and now he has the complete, let's say, protection to secede from FIDE because there's this Jeans headline, which is, I guess, confusing people about what's really happening.
That all makes sense. In your opinion, how do we crown a world champion? Is it something we need? Should tennis have a more tennis-like system where we have...